Hi folks, this is Jan of the Jan Files. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. And FYI, I'm cold. My mother made this for me. I think it's the last thing I have that she made. And so that's why I'm wearing it. Because I'm cold. And you know what? I'm cold, and not just the temperature. I am so cold. I am so deeply saddened and angry about what is happening to America. And I am going to focus today on what I've often focused on and been called out for over the years. I've often been told I play the race card. What does that mean? It means that I talk about issues about being a white person with privilege. I talk about the fact that I will never understand what it's like to be Black. And I also always point out the harm. And I work at being an anti-racist. That work will never stop. I will never completely understand ever what it's like to be Black. There's only so much a person can step in another person's shoes, because when I walk out the door in the morning, I'm not concerned about what color I am. And I'm not saying that Black people walk out the door going, oh, I'm Black, I'm Black. I'm saying it's just there. I am saying they know that by the very virtue of their skin color and nothing else, that they are less safe, that they are less likely to get opportunities, that educational opportunities will be less, that on any measure of anything, that if you are white, you are privileged in this society, and if you are Black, you are not. And ultimately, it doesn't have anything to do whether you grew up with money or not. It makes a big difference, however, in generational wealth, which Black people are often deprived of because they are deprived of housing, because of redlining. So anyway, I could go on and on, but the point of all of this, and the reason I'm bringing it up again, is because yesterday they took down a display at the president's house in Philadelphia that was honoring George Washington's slaves. And it was, panels about posted on the wall about the horrors of slavery. It was taken down yesterday. Why? Because Trump ordered it taken down. Because he doesn't want anybody to know about the ugliness of our past. He doesn't want our history to be known. He wants to make it up as he goes along. He thinks that somehow this is all unfair to white people. And of course, my pointing it out is probably I'm going to be called, oh, it's always the race card with you. I don't give a flying fuck. And I'm going to tell you, this has gotten even worse since Barack Obama was president, which I mentioned in another video. So people, we're sitting here and we're watching them dismantle our history. They don't want you to know. Many of you maggots, don't want your kids to know. You don't want them to know about slavery. You don't want them to know what we did to the Japanese when we interred them in World War II. You don't want that history, because you know what? It makes white people look bad. You know what? Get over it. Get over it. I'm sure you're going to try to erase the horror of what happened in the Tulsa Massacre or Greenwood. I mean, there are so many horrific things that happened during our history, including, by the way, us turning a boat full of Jewish people away during World War II and sending them to their death. That is also part of our history, as well, obviously, as what we did to the Native Americans. So there's a lot of ugliness there, but there's no point in not knowing our history, because then we get to look at it and decide how we move forward. When we forget, when we don't know, we repeat the same mistakes. And Trump is counting on people to not care. Okay? He's counting on people to only care about their pocketbooks, which he lies to them about, and their safety, which he lies to them about. And what he is doing is making it even less safe for Black and brown people with his rhetoric. We see it in Minneapolis. We're seeing it in different states where ICE is. And ICE is the tool, folks, to actually put people in harm's way. So it's not just about what won't be in our books. It's not going to be about what's not going to be in our museums. It's going to be about the harm that he can do. Because he's going to do all of this at the same time. So you're going to only look at what's on the top, right? The horror on the top, and not all of the other stuff that's being done in the underbelly. So again, I say race and white nationalism is behind everything he is doing. And the whole entire point is to have more power, and have more money. And nothing about any of that is what this country needs. We don't need what he is doing. He is trashing this country. He is literally destroying this country. He has destroyed our reputation. He has destroyed our trade with other countries. He is literally destroying this country. And yet you have idiot Democrats like Laura Gillen and Tom Suozzi, and I mention them because they're New Yorkers and I'm a New Yorker, and 5 other people voting to fund ICE. They don't get the moment. Do you get the moment? I get the moment.